Hi friend, welcome back to my second Project Pan update. This is going to be the second update on all of my body / hair care type of stuff. Basically everything that's not makeup. Just want to keep them separate. I know some people are only interested in makeup and some people just aren't interested in makeup. I don't wear makeup very much, so there's not going to be much progress on that. I figured I'd do that update much less frequently and then do this update a little more frequently since I'm really working through things. I'm going to go ahead and start with my empties, show you all of those. Then we will go through and weigh everything out and show you the individual progress on anything. A few things I am decluttering, and then we will meet right back here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're into project panning, minimalism, intentional living, using what we have, please subscribe and please give me a like and a comment down below. It really helps my channel out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is everything that I emptied since the last update. So the first thing would be this conditioner by Tresemme. It's the Bond Plex Keratin Repair version. I didn't love this, but I didn't dislike it either. It's just a standard conditioner. Nothing wrong with it, especially for the price, but I just didn't feel like it really moisturized my hair. Then the different spray, this is the salicylic acid acne clearing body spray. I use this on my upper back. I knew this one was going to be done relatively quick because I could just tell when I shook it, it didn't really feel like anything was in there anymore, but it actually lasted a lot longer. Once it got to that point, it lasted about 2 weeks still of daily use because I use it every day when I get out of the shower. Then the shaving cream, I talked before, like I'm just really not a shaving cream person, but as far as shaving creams go, I think this did a decent job, especially for the price because it was $1.25 at Dollar Tree. And then this one here and all of these down here, I actually did not have in my original Project Pan. These are things I have found while doing Project Pan, and things I had at work, some things in my purse, just things I basically missed. And this was one of them. And so as you can see, I had marked it like when I started the pan because it was almost gone. But actually that was still like 3 full body applications. So it seems like it was all gone, but it was actually a lot. And I love that. That's something that I would definitely repurchase once I get through my other lotions. Like that's something I just really want to use. I love this smell. It's a very light, natural smell. I mean, I think it's extremely moisturizing. I still have the thicker cream version, which you'll see when I go through all my progress. And that one I especially love for my feet, but this one I love a lot more for my body. Then we have the Round Lab Birch Juice Sunscreen. This was my first update. This was my second, which I had barely used it because I was focusing on 2 other ones. And then this is just the last update. I finally finished it. I do like this sunscreen, but sometimes this sunscreen burns me. So please let me know if you ever have this problem. I really find with the Asian beauty sunscreens, I love the texture. They're very lightweight. They're very moisturizing. They feel really like just like a moisturizer. But I find that they're very hit or miss on burning my skin. Someone in the comments did say about like having a compromised skin barrier, so maybe that's my problem. But like my European sunscreens never burn, so I'm not sure. It's like, you know, I'm not sure of the difference in the ingredients. I feel like there's something in there that it doesn't always irritate my skin, but every so often it will. And this is one that did that. Like it never burned my eyes or anything, but sometimes it would burn my cheeks when I applied it. Then the Dr. Althea 345 Relief Cream. I did not like this. This absolutely broke me out. It has the ingredients listed here, which you probably can barely see on the camera, but it has a lot of botanical types and it has niacinamide. And if I am correct in my assumption, I'm assuming it's a decent amount of niacinamide because it's also over here like as one of the featured ingredients, and then it's also high up on the ingredients list over here. So I'm assuming there's a decent amount in there, but this absolutely broke me out. And to be honest, I finished this up on my body, mainly like my chest and shoulder area, but I put this on my arms and it irritated my elbows. It took like 3 days for my elbows to recover from that by using just like some CeraVe ointment on them. And actually even looking at them now, like they're still not fully healed. So I just think there's something in that. It's either the botanicals or that niacinamide that's just not agreeing with my skin, and it broke my face out quite badly. There's still 2 spots that are finishing up healing from that cream. And then here's some more of the things that I had that I just totally forgot about the Project Pan. I was going through my nail stuff and I found this was the Carousel Intensive Foot Repair. This has urea in it, and it does really help make my feet soft. But it is like too greasy. And I think this is quite expensive for this little tube. It's a 1 ounce tube, and if I can remember correctly, I believe I paid over $10 for this. I think it was like $13 to $15. And so I would not repurchase that. I completely just like using my Aquaphor or CeraVe ointment. I think those do a great job on my feet. And like I said, the Weleda, like the thicker jar version, which you'll see shortly, I love that for my feet too. And then I used up this mask. This is the AHA, BHA, PHA Calming Care Mask. I really like this. It says even skin texture and moisturizing, and I know it has like the different acids in it. And I believe this is also has Centella asiatica because most of their line does. Here's another thing from their line. This I really love for my face because despite having those things in it, it does not irritate me. It's very, very gentle. So I do like that a lot. These two NARS, this was just from, I got a package from NARS in February where I bought a few things, and this was some free samples in there. I use these on my chest, not my face, because I have such reactive, sensitive skin. It's just not good for me to use random things like that on my face. But they worked perfectly fine for my chest. It was very softening, and I felt it for quite a long time. So if you're someone that has dry skin, these might be good for you. This was the toner and the serum. But like I said, for me, I know what works for my face, and I don't try random things because it usually ends badly. And then same like with this cream. My husband actually used this. I just put it on him one night after he got a shower, and it was just a one-time use. But it smelled very minty, which is, I'm assuming it's a tea tree, because it has 70% Centella asiatica, and then, which my skin loves, and the tea tree 10,000 ppm. But that smell was very strong, and like I said, talked about before, the serum is a little much for me now that I'm on adapalene, so I was assuming this would be too, so my husband used it. He enjoyed it. He liked the smell. Also, quick fun fact, we went to Washington, D.C. yesterday, and we went to the botanical garden, which was beautiful, and we actually got to see the Centella asiatica plant. It was in the medicinal plant section, which I thought was really cool. So yeah. And then I finished up this. I actually finished up 2 of these, but I threw the other one away because I wasn't even thinking about it being for Project Pan. It's the Idole Eau de Toilette, and I believe that this is like just their standard one. I also finished up the rose one from them. Liked both of them, but I wouldn't repurchase either one just because I already have multiple perfumes. I did really like the rose one though. That one was very, very nice. If I was to repurchase one, it would be that one. So yeah, this is my empties since this past update. And then now what I want to do is actually go through all of my categories again because I want to weigh everything. I've marked everything with a marker things that I can mark, but I also want to start weighing because I feel like there's a lot of things I'm not going to see the progress on monthly in terms of either I can't see through the packaging or it's just one of those things that takes a while. So I'd rather have that like the marker and the weight to really see. Also too, some of the things I have are brand new. And so I think that would be a really good way to see like what the packaging weighs versus what the inside weighs that I'm using over time and how long it takes me to use an actual full-size product. That's something I'm very, very curious about because I think it's going to help me going forward in what I buy, just to consider like, okay, if this is, 500 milliliters, how long that's going to take me to get through, like, just so I can be a smarter shopper. So let me go ahead and get those things out and then we'll move on to weighing. Okay, so now we have made it to weighing everything, and I'm going to start with the face products. So for face cleanser, this is actually the last one that I have left. Oh, I meant to mark it. Let me mark it real quick. So there's the difference in how much I've used since the last update. And I was just going to go ahead and weigh it real quick. This is the first time I'm weighing everything, so it's just going to be the first number. This is on milliliters. I wanted to go to grams because that's easiest for me to understand since I bake a lot. So we're at 116, so I will write that down and then we'll move on to my face balms. So I have 2 cleansing balms. They're both by Elemis. It's just the Summer Bloom and the Rose one. I did mark the Summer Bloom one. I've barely touched the Rose one, so there's just no point. But I just think weighing them is a lot easier. I do want to just first give you a visual just so you can see what they look like. So the yellow is the Summer Bloom and the pink is the Rose. So you can see I basically just dipped into the Rose a few times just to try it. The the fragrance out pretty much. I love these cleansing balms. I mean, I don't feel the need to use anything else. I've used one up completely. I'm almost done the Summer Bloom, relatively almost done the Summer Bloom. And then I have the Rose one left. And then honestly, I'll probably just purchase this again because I love it a lot. So it looks like the Summer Bloom is $126 and the Rose is $204. So I have quite a few things here for face treatments. I have like my prescription and over the counter. And then also too, I found these 2 masks. So I found this with my sheet mask from earlier. So I did not have this in my original Project Pan, but obviously I do want to finish them up. I'm just not going to weigh them because they're really just a single use. Basically I'll just use like me, my husband, my daughter will use it all at once for one packet because it is more than a use, but I don't like to have it in the packet because it'll just dry. So yeah, let me weigh some of these and I'll just put these to the side. So just for reference, it looks like a brand new tube of my adapalene prescription is 51 grams. So remember the product is 45, so it looks like this container is 6. And that'll help me as I'm using it to see how much I have left. I'll put that right on the side there just so that I would remember 51 grams when it's brand new. So then I have this one here, which is my older one that I'm almost finished, of 21 grams. So you can see I really have about 15 grams of product. Then for my over-the-counter one, which I still do plan on using up, I'll just use this up on my back. It's 34 grams. And then for my benzoyl peroxide, 13 grams. And that one I use so little of. I mean, I just use it as a little spot treatment, so. But I did recently look at the date. Yeah, it's January 2026. So I'm just gonna use whatever I can by then, and then I'll just get a fresh one probably. So starting with shampoo, we're gonna use measure our Redken. 674. I've really fallen back in love with this shampoo. I love it a lot. Not really sure why I stopped using it. I believe it was because I thought this was making my hair fall out. But now I definitely don't think this was the reason. I think it was just hormonal because being on my spironolactone, and also to changing my diet, I eat a high fat, low carb diet with putting priorities on vegetables, fruits, meats, nuts, and just a small amount of carbohydrates, and then processed food is like a treat. And I've noticed such a large difference. So I kind of think that's what it was. Then for our Tresemme one, it's $4.97. I'm not using this one right now just because I'm waiting to finish this next one that has a pump so I can depot this, because I find this being so heavy and having this type of cap is just doesn't make it very easy to use in the shower. So here's the Pantene one. I've made a lot of progress. I know this will be finished by the next update. And I'll be very happy because I do not like it. So that's $2.24. This makes my hair feel like there's something left on it. Like, you know when you mop the floor and like if you don't rinse it properly, it's like that sticky, tacky feeling? That's what this does to my hair. I don't like it. I feel like it's not rinsing out all the way. So I've been using it a lot as toilet bowl cleaner, tub cleaner, that type of stuff. And I've just been using it on my hair maybe once a week. But it should be gone soon. Next up is my Nioxin. I only used this once. Oops, where is it? There we go. I've only used this once since the last update, so it's not much use there at all, but I will probably focus on this one once I'm finished the Pantene. I've just been really liking the Redken and just wanting to use that one. So that's 108. Last but not least is my Atique one. This is my solid one. That one is 97. Which makes sense because I've used it a few times and it probably came as 100 grams. So moving on to conditioner, we're going to start with the Wella one. You guys have seen any of my other videos, you know I do not like the smell of this. But I will say, I don't know, maybe it's just because, once again, I've really solved a lot of my hair issues, but I did like the way this moisturized. When I used the Redken and this, I've used that twice in the past week, and I really liked that combination. I just still do not like the smell. It's very strong. Okay, 337. Atique one that goes along with my solid shampoo. Looks like 57. Then I have this little baby Atique conditioner that I have not opened. I'm probably gonna save this for when I travel. Which is 19, but that is with the packaging, so I'm not gonna write this one down yet until I actually open it and weigh just the product. So firstly, I have this really big Nivea one. Do not like it, don't feel like it's very cleansing, but it is moisturizing. So 688. Then next I have one that I have gotten so much use out of, and I'm actually surprised because I didn't think I really liked this, but once I started using it, I really do like it. It's the Vanilla Bee Noel. You can see my progress there just visually. Looks like there's 187 left. Been using this as bubble bath and shower gel. I have another Bath & Body Works, but I have not used this one yet. So this one is at 328. Then last I have my bar soap, which this will probably not be here next update. So this will be a good documentation of it. 39. Okay, then I just have a few other odds and ends things for the shower. So first up I have my Dr. Teal's Foaming Bath. I have not used this yet just because I've been focusing on some of the other things, using it up as bubble bath. So I will eventually get to this, but as of right now it has 720. I really don't want to finish this because when I do I'll just repurchase it, but right now it's at 29. And last but not least is this Kira Sky. It's the Healing Callus Remover. Use it with like a scrubby thing. I barely use this because honestly I'm just lazy, but I do like it. It's 255. All right, that's everything for shower. So now we're gonna move on to hair and body. So my first category for hair is hairsprays. I really barely use these at all, but I'm trying to get through them and will not be purchasing any more hairspray. Unless one runs out, I might get just a travel size one, just to have it. 275. And then the Redken one. 271. Then I have these two hair oils, which I have used, but you can barely tell. The Olaplex and the Dove. I mean, you just use such a little amount, it's difficult to tell, but I have actually been enjoying using these. And to be honest, I didn't like hair oil for a long time, but I have actually been enjoying these. So it's 49 for the Olaplex and 117 for the Dove. Then for hair treatments, I have 4. First one is this Garnier Fructis. I don't even think I've used this. I honestly don't like it. I feel like I can really feel it in my hair. So some of these things I might be letting go. Maybe next update, just sort of giving myself a chance to sort of use everything and really see what I do actually like and don't like. And I want to give everything at least like 1 or 2 updates of a chance, not just immediately declutter anything. And this, I don't even know why I ever bought. I never even blow dry my hair. So I'm not even sure. My sister does, so I believe I might gift that to her. But anything I do gift, I'll update on the next video. 84. Perfect. For my deodorants, I have these 2, and I am going to go ahead and declutter the Lume. It is extremely old, and I just do not like it at all. I honestly feel like it makes me stink worse than if I just didn't put deodorant on, which is just, I don't even know how that works. But the Mission one, I have used for literally years. I buy it in a 2-pack at Walmart. I love it. I do just want to weigh it because I'm just curious as to how long it will take me to use it up. Then next is my ointments. So I have my Aquaphor, is 244. My CeraVe, which is 270. Just my good old standard Equate Petroleum Jelly, 104. And my very bougie Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream, which is 45. And honestly, my favorite one out of all of these is the Aquaphor, so I'm really just trying to use up the other ones. And then I'll just continue to repurchase the Aquaphor because it's just the one that I like the best. So next is the category I really have a lot of problems with, which is lotion. I barely ever use lotion, and yet I have so many of them. So first is the Sleepy. This one still smells good, still works good, even though it's technically expired. It's not very expired, but it's technically expired. So we got 184. Next we have Pansy. This is my favorite smell from Lush. Once again, this is technically expired, but it smells just fine. Still works just fine. Definitely still feel good about using that one. 164. Now this next one here, I am going to declutter. It's the Biomic from Lush. I mean, I did really like it. To me, this is like a new Lovely Jubblies. I'd even be interested in getting another one, but it does not smell right. I don't even know how to describe it, but it does say best used within 6 months. It doesn't have like a sticker. I don't know if it did and it fell off because I've never taken it off, but it just says best if used within 6 months, and this is a couple years old and it does not smell right. So that is getting decluttered. Next up is my Weleda. So this is the thicker version of the light that I was talking about earlier. Love the smell. I think it works so well. We're at 197. And then something else I'm decluttering is this Pure Shea Butter. I just feel like it never sinks in. I've had this for literally years and I just want to get rid of it. I don't want to use it. I don't like it. I just want to get rid of it. Then we have the salicylic acid lotion. This is just the Walgreens version, and it's like the version of the CeraVe one. 230. I have not used most of these because I've been focusing on a couple. Like I've been focusing on the one that I was using up as my face cream that I was using up as a body cream, my Weleda Light one, and then you'll see my Lush Love one is almost gone. So I was kind of focusing on those ones. So 317. But I will be getting into these ones. So this is my Lush Love. It's really almost gone. I thought I could finish it, but as you can see, I got a pretty good ways. So should be done next time. That one is 39. Another thing I have not used yet is this discoloration correcting body treatment by Good Molecules. It was okay. I don't know why. Just not really motivated to use it, but there's nothing wrong with it, so. Then I have the Pink Peppermint from Lush. This is something that's, once again, technically expired, but it smells and feels just fine on my feet, so I'm not worried about it. 203. Then I have this Bath & Body Works Gingham hand lotion. I have kept this by my bed and I have used it a few times, but once again, I was focusing on a couple other ones. So this, I feel like now I will start getting more use out of this. Then I just have my 2 solid Lush bars. I have this one, which is Celebrate. 36. Then I have the Lord of Misrule one. And I feel like I'll get a lot more use out of these during the winter. 59. Just because in the summer, to me, I just feel like it's so hot here. It's 100 degrees easily, so it's just not something I reach for. All right, so next let's go through my perfumes. So firstly, I have these 2 Lush Lord of Misrule body sprays. I've actually been using them as room sprays / spraying my sheets / couch. This one is almost gone. There's not much left in it. I've been using it on my bed and really enjoying it. So that one is 61. And this one is 203. Now we'll move on to my actual real perfumes. So first up we have my beloved Chanel Chance perfume. 330. It's my absolute favorite perfume. I've repurchased it once and I've had this bottle for 2 years. It's about half, so I'm pretty sure I'll have this for another 2 years. Then I also have a few more that I'm bought, but I'm focused on working through, which this one here is the Dossier. It's the Woody Oak Moss. I don't remember what, I think these are all supposed to be dupes of, I think one's Gucci Bloom and the other two are Chanel ones. I can't remember, but whichever one it is. I do think they smell good. I think they have decent lasting power. I can't speak to if they smell like the real ones because I don't know if I've ever even smelled the real ones, or if I have, I've never smelled them like next to each other. But they all are very nice and very affordable. Nothing wrong with them at all. Certainly those aren't both 181. Okay, guess I've used them exactly evenly, which I kind of do rotate them, so I guess that kind of makes sense. And that one's 183. So these, I think this is the Gucci Bloom dupe, maybe, I can't remember. But they're more than half. So I'd say they're about a third done each. Then I have my House of Solange one, which I also love. I'm sure this is gonna be heavy because it's just a lot of packaging. So that one's $4.63. I love this perfume as well. It's a very good like nighttime perfume. It's very good. This one is the Whispers of Truth. Okay, and that is all for my perfumes. So we have reached the last category and my absolute pride and joy, my sunscreen collection. I'm gonna save my makeup for another video. Makeup Project Pan is gonna be separate, just because I don't wear makeup very often, so there's gonna be minimal progress. And I just think like some people aren't interested in makeup, or some people are only interested in makeup, so I think it would be nice to just keep them separate and do my makeup Project Pan less often. So I'm gonna first start with all of my new sunscreens, because I want to just sort of see, like some of these are duplicates, so I want to see like how much I've already used of the other one. I know technically when they fill products in the factory, they're not all going to be absolutely exact to the exact gram. I mean, some of them could have been different lots, you know, etc. So, but I'm just curious to see. So I'm going to first weigh all the ones that I have not used, and then weigh their, if they have a dupe, if they have a duplicate of them, I'm going to weigh that one too. So this one brand new is 256. Then I have the other one, which is, this is the one I'm actually using. So I'll put this first one back in the box. So this one is at 235. So that's really nice because I can actually see how much I've used. And that was brand new at my last update. Both of these have been untouched my last update. So I've used 21 grams, or roughly 21 grams of that just in my last update. So that's pretty nice. So same with my pediatrics one. I have a brand new one that's unopened, so I'm gonna just weigh that one first. And that one's coming in at 65. And then I have one that I can't remember if I have used this or not. If I have, I think it's only been a couple times. Okay, yeah, so 57. So about 8 grams used on that one. So definitely just a couple times. And then I have my 2 Centelica ones. This one is the brand new one, or Centelica? Centella, sorry. So the new one is at 75. And the one I haven't used yet is at 63. So you can see I really do use most of my sunscreens. Maybe not, you know. I kind of usually focus on the ones I like the most, but I definitely get through my sunscreen collection. And I mean, I've used up 3 in the past month. So that's kind of another reason I'm not so worried about buying a decent amount of that at a time and trying new ones. Because if I don't like something, I'll use it on my body. This is one of my favorite sunscreens. I've already used one fully. That was in my last update, I think. And then this is just like a brand new one. I have not touched this one yet because I like to keep sunscreens, you know, like a few of them unopened. That way I'm not rotating through all of them, just because I don't want, you know, 10 sunscreens open for the year. I'd rather have like 4 to 5 open for the year, something I can, you know, reasonably get through. So it looks like when we're starting with that one's gonna be 97. And that's nice because all these ones here that are unopened, I'm not going to use within this next update, so I won't need to weigh them next time, and I'll just know exactly how much I have. Another brand new sunscreen, which will also not be open, but I don't have a duplicate of it. It's just this Day Long Extreme one, but it still has the plastic seal. And that one is $2.27, just because I want to focus on the ones I already have opened. Oopsie. Another one I have not used yet is this Pediatrics. It's the La Roche-Posay 50 Plus and Delios UV Moon 400 Derma Pediatrics. So this is also a pediatrics version. It's just, this is like the fluid and this is like a cream. And it's a really big, large one. I was really interested to see how this is. I'm really interested in a lot of these larger sunscreens just because for their value, is to see how they actually do on my face. That's $2.66. Just because if I don't like it, I can always use it up on my body, and I use way more on my body anyway, so, but that's why I'm trying it. This is the other Day Long one I have. I've used this quite a few times and I like it a lot. It's the 50 Plus Sensitive one. And I have a short review on that too, if you're curious. So that one's at 112. This is the one I'm wearing today, and this might be the one I go ahead and focus on, just because with winter coming up, I know my Centella one I will really like in winter. I think all Asian beauty sunscreens really shine in winter, so I'll probably save that one for winter. So I think I'm gonna try to focus on that one, but we'll see. Then I have my large Biotherm, however you say it, the Water Lover Hydrating Sun Milk. I absolutely love this sunscreen. I'd like to do a whole review on it just because I think it is so good. And that one is at $3.82. And I did mark this where I've used it, and I have not used this since the last update because once again, I was just focusing on some of my other ones. This is also, oh, I forgot to do this one. Actually, I think this isn't brand new because my husband used it. Sometimes like I haven't used something, but then I'll open it and I'm like, that's definitely been used. And then I'm like, oh, my husband used it because he uses sunscreen pretty much daily as well. So 65, which I think is still the brand new pediatric one's from 65. So he probably just used it once. He doesn't use, you know, the appropriate amount, but that's okay. I'd rather him use it some than none at all. Vanna Cream, the one I absolutely hate, is at 77. I'm actually working on a video that's just me trying to use this up and how much I dislike it. Just so that everyone else saves their money and does not buy it. Then the Amazon Basics one, I do not like this one for my face, but I will use it on my body, so there's nothing wrong with it. And it was very affordable, so. Last but not least is my roll-on one from Sunbum. This one I actually do not use at all. My husband uses it. He loves it for his arms. It's just one that's really easy for him to reapply when we're out and about. Like if he likes to go for walks like in the evening after we eat. So like this is the one that he'll take, or if we go walking or something, like this is the one he'll take because it's just really easy to apply like while you're walking because it's just a roller ball. So he just rolls it like all over his forearm and then just uses his hand to rub it in. So he really likes this one a lot. So if he uses this one up, this one actually says it expired in 2023. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it had an expiration date on it, but I don't know. I mean, his arms haven't been burning, so I think it's still okay. I'll ask him how he feels about it because this is really technically his. It's just in the sunscreen collection and like 99% of them are mine, but anyone in my family uses them, so. Okay, that is everything for weighing. So just as a quick recap on my progress, broken down into the two different categories, my body products started at 95. My first update, I was at 84, and now my second update, I'm at 75. My goal is to try to be down to 50 by the end of the year. We'll see how that goes. But I still have like a whole quarter of the year yet, so I think I can do it. And then my makeup started at 35, and then I actually only used up one product, and then I decluttered the rest, but I am now down to 24. And I really assume that the makeup is going to be a very slow progress. So, but yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good so far, and hopefully by the end of the year I can have 50 body products. I don't know where I'll be with the makeup products. Like I said before, I really just want to have the option to wear makeup. I don't care about having any type of actual makeup collection. I just want a minimal amount that way I can wear it if I need it, but I don't have any desire to like quickly declutter anything or anything like that. Just as a quick reminder, this is everything that I have used up so far. I have none of this is declutters. This is just things I have fully used up. Anything that's getting decluttered, I will just be tossing or giving away, like depending on what it is. And then also the only other thing that I'll be keeping is my Lush. Anything that's Lush I declutter that I will clean the pot out to take back to Lush, that I will also keep separately, because there is 2 things. So far, these are the 2 things that I've decluttered from my collection that are Lush. Like I'm gonna save these pots, but I'm going to clean them out, clean out what's inside. But I still want to keep them separate because I didn't technically use them up. I just decluttered them, so I don't want to like inflate what I'm doing here, if that makes sense.